Today we're taking Shade, the Cane Corso puppy, on a real-world adventure where I hope to teach him how to not be bad in public. So what do we need when we're training dogs? Well, we need lots of love, lots of enthusiasm, a positive attitude, some great treats, and some great dog toys as well.
It's just a game. That's all dog training is.
I always have treats and I always have toys on hand. That's a good thing. We get a bark box and a super chewer box every single month. Those really help us out. Their treats really keep training fun for your dog, and their toys, absolutely unmatched, durable, creative, and they're designed with dogs in mind. So whether you go with a super chewer box, which are those really, really tough toys for the big chewers, or a bark box for all-around toys, which are still also very tough, you and your dog are going to be happier because of it.
You can see how excited the dogs get over a new toy.
They have so many different types of toys that have different dimensions to them. Some are crinkly, some are squeaky, some are both, and some are just straight up indestructible. I can't believe this, but you can get the double deluxe upgrade for your first box. That's 4 toys, 4 bags of treats, all for as low as $24. Check the link in the description to get this seemingly impossible deal. With every dog that I work with, every new location brings its own unique dynamics. Today, Shade and I are going to work on something that I'm sure none of you need at all. How to train your dog to not be bad whenever you leave the house.
We have these airplanes that fly over. You see how he's noticing it? That's a little weird. I don't know that he's seen a plane that big before.
I frequently like to gauge a dog's mental state.
We're gonna just throw him something, see if he finds that interesting.
It looks like he's still adjusting. I can offer him a treat later.
Okay, he's not too into the food right now, which would make sense because we're in a new place. It's also right on the water. There's so many things out here. One of the first things I want to point out is this extremely rocky surface, this tactile experience he's getting. Look at him use that nose. Emotionally right here, mentally, he seems stable. We do have a plane incoming right now. It might catch him by surprise. I'm curious to see if he notices the plane or if he's just so interested. Oh, there he goes. Hey.
We've been here a few minutes. Let's see if he wants a treat now.
He'll take treats, that's good to know. It's just a way to take your dog's mental temperature sometimes. A nervous dog is less likely to eat. A dog who's feeling overwhelmed is less likely to take a treat. You can think of free walks like this as instinctual exploring. Essentially, what we're trying to do is integrate various senses, such as sniffing specific scents or navigating through different textures. Natural terrains like this can stimulate a dog's instinctual behaviors. Maybe they start digging or sniffing. When you allow your dogs to engage in actions like this, it helps them channel their innate drives in healthy ways. Walking over varying terrains like gravel, grass, rocks can be instrumental in tactile acclimation, letting your dog feel the different textures between their toes and as they walk. And see, even digging like that, that's fun for him. Outings like this also really help you learn more about your dog. What are the threshold limits? I'm learning more and more about where his thresholds are, where he is easy to communicate with versus, where he might be more challenging to. And related to that, I'm also looking for any indicators of stress. Does he look nervous at all at any time? What do you think of that airplane? Wow.
Look, he's aware of that loud jet, but he's not overwhelmed. That's impressive.
Nothing to it. And that's what we look for. We're just measuring them. Now, when he seems to normalize and not be investigating something so thoroughly as he is right now, I'm gonna try and get his attention. But timing matters here. Trying to interrupt his thought process. I don't wanna be that guy. Yes! That was a beautiful example. Here, okay. I ask for here, attention a lot, just to verify I have it, so I'm not teaching him to ignore my requests.
Inevitably, dogs will often try to explore objects they discover when walking.
Remember, sometimes when they're biting and eating things like this, they're not really trying to consume them. They're trying to get more scent molecules.
We've been working on exactly this scenario.
Here, I obviously don't want him to eat that piece of driftwood or whatever it is.
And we'll practice a little bit to help him understand that, hey, when you see stuff like this in the future, don't just pick it up.
All right, we're gonna try and walk away from it now.
I'm gonna avoid pulling on the leash. I'll ask for his attention as we've been practicing.
Good man.
That's a pretty clear example of some force-free communication right there. In outings like this, I like to lightly practice some basic skills. Things like come when called.
Okay, come. Good man.
Oh, a leaf goes flying, thwarting his recall.
I'm gonna let him think it out here. I have him managed. No need for a correction here. We're managing him.
I'm waiting for a check-in. I want to see that attention.
Got an airplane coming.
And then I'm gonna call him.
Okay, come. Yes. He was right there at his threshold. Good man. As people walk by, I'm looking at his emotions. Look at that little nub of a tail. It's down. It's not up like it was before. He's a little cautious. Look at him backing away right now. Seeing how he regulates his emotions and how we can aid him in that process and really being in tune with things like that can prevent so many problems. I want to give him the opportunity to process these things. I'm curious to see how he reacts to the water here as we get closer. Let's go see what he does. But here we got waves that are crashing on the shore. Nice muddy waves today. Is he intrigued or scared by him? It's a little of both there. You can see how he's using his nose. He's hitting a play bow there. So he's feeling like he wants to play or engage the water, but he's doing so very cautiously. The only point here is to let him observe, go back if he's feeling nervous. If he wants to go and pursue the water, we can have him do that too. Look at him going right up to it. He's looking at the water, but he found a stick too, so he's not fixated. That indicates this isn't too overwhelming for him. I'd like to see if my real life leave it is effective. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna get his attention first and try to get him to willingly walk away. Okay. Good man. Yes. Gonna enforce that with some good treats. Well done. It's important that we let dogs be who they are because that'll yield the best results for everyone.
Give Shade a thumbs up, subscribe, get your Bark Box or Super Chewer box with 2 times the treats and toys in your first box for as low as $24. Yeah, that's a real deal. I'll have links in the description. We're actively working on this series as well as our next series with Wallace the Shepherd Malinois mix. We'll see you next time.